Hi, ladies. Welcome to the course. I had a bit of a nightmare doing this, but we are on and we are rolling and we are moving on. Um, so, welcome to the course. Sorry about my child who is at the background, but we'll get going. Welcome to the course. My name is Gladys Hill. I think I've introduced myself on the group, so hopefully by now you all sort of know me. But if you don't know me, we'll get to know each other as we move on with the course. So welcome. I hope you gain so much from this. And I just pray for you all ladies, and I pray that God will just manifest in your lives, and He will direct your lives and move you in the right direction. So yeah, so this is the first slide. And then we'll get moving to the second slide. Hi, ladies. Welcome to the course. I had a bit of a nightmare doing this, but we are. I hope you can hear me, ladies. If not, I'll try and redo this again tomorrow. I'm sorry I couldn't do this earlier because I had a bit of difficulties, and now my kids are awake, but I have to push through and keep doing this. So, as I said earlier, welcome, and we welcome to this course, and I hope you'll gain a lot from this. And we'll just start by reminding ourselves about the Israelites. The children of Israel were enslaved by the Egyptians, and sometimes we do feel like we are enslaved. We do feel like we are slaves, although we appear to be free. We feel like we are enslaved. And I'll just like to remind you that there is hope, and that God will not let you leave empty-handed from wherever it is that is enslaving you. And I'm just reminded about the children of Israel when they had to leave, and God just gave them favor with the Egyptians, and the Egyptians ended up giving them jewels, and also pay give it paying them with gold and silver. So they did not leave from Egypt empty-handed. God gave them what they worked hard for, what they worked for. So I believe this is God's will, that whatever has enslaved us for years, God is going to repay us, and if we believe, we're going to get what we've been owed, and what we deserve. So yeah, so as we start this course, just have that in mind, that this is like a journey between you and God, and just pray that God will shine light to that which is holding you captive, or that mentality that is just refusing to go and is keeping you from moving forward. So yeah, let's get going. So first of all, we see that with the Israelites, they didn't know they didn't know what freedom was, until God brought somebody who shone light to them and actually um, acted on God's will, and that's when they were delivered. So we need to ask God to just bring that person who will shine light in the darkness and who will not be afraid of speaking the truth in our lives. So make this a bit of a journey between you and God. Um, yeah. So even as we look at this example of the Israelites, um, we still see them wanting to go back, and they focused on instant gratification. They didn't remember the bad times even after they've been free for just a few months even, or a few years. They still remembered the garlic and the good food that they sometimes had, very rarely had. So that's just human nature. We tend to just remember the good time that we had, but we don't. We sort of like shut down and forget about the bad things that have happened. So that's just human nature. But let's not be like the Israelites. Let's remember where God has pulled us from. Let's remember what God has done in our lives, and that should keep us moving and keep going. Um, so we see in this story of the Israelites that they went round and round and round, um, because they just didn't believe that the land was there for them to have. So God allowed them to just keep going round and round and round, and eventually he he allowed that generation to die in the desert because they had the promise but they didn't believe God. So let that not be us. Let us believe on what God has called us to do and on what God has promised us to will have. So yeah, let's not allow ourselves to die in the desert. Let us get to the promised land, and when God says move, let us move. Let's believe his word. Let's believe his promises. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. So we'll go on to the next slide. So ladies, we have the solutions to our problems. Yes, the problems are there, but we have the solutions. We don't need to look for outside help. We don't need help from the government. We don't need help from other organizations. We need to come up with these solutions ourselves.
Hello, Terry. Hello.
Sabi, not now. Come on, not now. Yeah, so unity is key. We need to be united, and we need to say no to an enslaved mentality. Hii mentality ya serikali nisaidie, sijui nani nisaidie. We need to stop that. We need to stop asking for outside help for our solutions. We need to start finding the solutions ourselves. We women are amazing multitaskers. We have amazing skills. We do so many things for the society, and it's our time now to shine. Not everybody will want you ladies shining, but that doesn't matter. We are going to shine no matter what, and we are going to be the leaders of today, not tomorrow, but today. We have we have to set up a good example to our kids. Let them see a strong mother. Let them see a mother that haven't got excuses all the time, a mother that is moving forward, a mother that is determined, a mother who is strong, strong-willed. Um, so yeah, so it's very important for us to take time for our personal development. We need to start making time. Don't tell me you don't have time, because there's so many other, so many distractions nowadays. There's so many, like Facebook, sijui nini. We need to start focusing on the important things. Do not tell me you don't have time to develop yourself, because you do have the time. So I'm not going to take any excuses. um like now I'm doing this in between changing nappies, and I have my two little girls. They've woken up, they need feeding and all that, but I'm not going to make it an excuse. I'm not going to make any excuses. I am going to move forward, and that's what I'm asking you ladies to do. You need to start moving. Stop making excuses and start moving. You have learned a lot from everywhere. God has you go to church every Sunday. You learn about God's faithfulness. You learn about God's willingness to help you, and God asking you not to fear. Now it's time to put that in practice. You need to practice what you preach, and I want you to get this hope for yourself. Don't share this with anybody. Just think about yourself and your life. Think about where you want to go. Think about those dreams that God has put in your heart. Think about those um, amazing dreams you've had since you are a little girl. Think about all those capabilities that you have and you know you have. You need to start digging out hope. Start digging. Start digging. um it's not going to just come by magic. You have to do something, and you have to make a decision to turn around. In this group, I'm expecting a 360 turnaround. I'm expecting lives to change. I'm expecting people to turn away from that which does not develop them and start doing things that are going to move them forward in life. So we're going to talk more about this later on, but I just want to make those points. So, like for example, I just want to show you how how you can create time. I just want you ladies to start waking up an hour earlier. So if you wake up at, let's say, 8, anza kuamka 7. If you wake up at 7, amka 6. So 1 hour for your personal development is very important. Do this in the morning when there's less distractions around, when the kids are sleeping. So what I'll do, I'll post this on the Facebook page, and you can access this anytime. So even if you miss us in the morning or whenever we posted, this information will still be there for you to listen again and again. So there won't be any excuse as to why anybody has been left behind. We are moving forward. So one thing I want to point out is that Jesus is the good shepherd. He is going to lead us to where we want to go. We cannot go without him. Only he can get us to the destination. Only he is safe enough to get us to our destination. So we are moving forward. And as I said yesterday, on one of the comments, um, I said, I think it was on Messenger. I said that Jesus is the one that leaves the 99 and grabs and go after the one that is lost. So think of yourself as that one that Jesus will leave the 99 for. So don't worry about the 99. Worry about yourself and getting saved by Jesus, or by um or what I'm trying to say. I hope you're getting the point anyway, what I mean. Yeah, so worry about yourself. You're on this journey on yourself. So we come to this world on our own and we live on our own. We'll give our own account by ourselves. We will not give an account with anybody else, whether that's our sister or our mother or our friends. No, 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 no. We're going to stand before Him on our own. So think, think about how you want to present yourself in front of Him. Will, by the end of the day, will you have said, oh, yes, I've done this and I've done that and I've completed my work? I have lived the life that you gave me. I have lived each day as if it's my very last. Will you be able to say that? So that's what I want you to ask yourself. Ask yourself, by the end of the day, what do I want? So I'll leave with, I'll stop there today with a small story about a king who decided to set free his slaves, but his advisors did not want the slaves to be set free because they did all the work. So what they came up with a plan, and the plan was to give these slaves akina vuvuzelas, trumpets, and a lot of noisy instruments, and told them as soon as the king comes with a message, start making the noise. Anza nini the vuvuzelas and the nini and all the other noise, bang them as hard as you can. And when they did, when the king came to deliver the message of deliverance, they started making the noise. They started banging on these instruments, so they did not hear the message of freedom. So I'll let you think about that story, and what that means to you and your life. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. So tomorrow we'll have another. I'll post the next slides. So yeah, have yourself a lovely evening. Thank you. Bye.